And in person, it is their turn. Enjoy this game. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening with the Brewers and Diamondbacks throughout. Carl, see ya.
Nicole, thank you very much. And farmer Jamie Moyer is the man that is on the mound tonight, and he will throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Last night, the place went crazy. Rhys Hoskins did it. Now it's Jamie Moyer, one of the heroes from the 2008 World Series team, traded over from Seattle, and all he did was stay for a couple of years and delivered that type of pitch, which seemingly was impossible to hit. This bank is open late. They encourage you to wave red towels and be as loud as you can. We are set for game 2. Wild card, Phillies, Marlins.
The time for improving is over. The time for proving has arrived. Because the future hangs by a thread. It's gone! The Marlins and the Phillies are ready.
Harper being held. He runs through that sign, and he's safe. And the Phillies will win game 1, 4-1.
This moment, filled with promise or regret, is here. Now is all they got.
Who is ready for a Wednesday night party? Baseball style, game 2, best of 3, National League Wild Card Series. The Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins. And rinse and repeat, they are ready to rock again. This ballpark has been very friendly to the Phillies. 23-11 in the postseason at this ballpark. That's a .676 winning percentage. They win tonight. They move on to face the Atlanta Braves. The Marlins win, and we will have a game 3. Miami 4-1 when facing elimination in their postseason history. Philadelphia looking for their 14th win. In a game they have a chance to clinch it. Welcome. We'll hear from Buster Olney in just a little bit. David Cohn, Eduardo Perez. I'm Carl Ravitch. It went just about as well as it could have for the Phillies last night. Different pitchers on the mound. We'll talk about them in a moment. But not only did the stars shine, the entire offense clicked in.
They really did. And just like the energy that the fans had before the game and they have again today, that's the energy that this team had. They kept the line moving. They weren't trying to hit home runs, so they didn't hit home runs. They were applying pressure. They were taking long at-bats. And most importantly, none of them wanted to be the hero. They just wanted to put pressure on the Marlins. They were able to be successful. And that's why every starter that started the game, and I repeat, every starter that started the game but ended the game, all of them not only got the first, but they got the second base. The Philadelphia Phillies put the pressure from first pitch to the last pitch. Now on the other end, you have the Miami Marlins. What do they have to do? It's simple. They have to outslug this team. And it all starts with their number 2 and 4-hole hitter, and that's Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Jorge Soler. Yesterday, 5 strikeouts, 0 for 8. That has to change if they want to play tomorrow.
Skip Schumacher's the manager of the Marlins. He went back, and he does it every day, watches the game from the night before, and he came up with the conclusion. I'm not sure anybody was hitting Wheeler last night. Nola on the mound against Braxton Garrett this evening. 2 guys that aren't going to throw 100, but they'll likely keep you in the game.
Yeah, we're going from the gas to the paint tonight. Both guys throw strikes. Nola's battle-tested. I mean, a former #1 pick. You talk about a guy who's come through for them in a lot of ways. That's what every organization wishes when you pick a pitcher #1. All of his postseason experience came last year. It was good early. Finished not so great in the last 2 starts, but he's been much better in September, and he's well rested coming into this. And then, of course, Braxton Garrett, the young lefty, also very good control. His 5.38 strikeout to walk ratio is 3rd in the National League this year, only 29 walks on the year. But this will be his first test in postseason on the road in Philly. That's a different animal.
It is a different animal, but good things happen for the Marlins when he's on the mound. He has started 30 games, and the team has won 21 of those. Castellanos and company get set to deal with Jazz, the alien. We're going to be on the ground for takeoff. Welcome back. Before the first pitch, we send it down to Buster.
And I'm here with Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies. Last year, you guys made a run from the wild card round to the World Series. What feels different and the same this year compared to last year?
I mean, I think you have the same atmosphere. Obviously, a different team. We have the experience and made a lot of key additions to the team. So, take it a day, take it a pitch at a time. Great opportunity ahead of us tonight to try to do this. But obviously, it's a great team across the way, so not taken lightly at all.
Nick Castellanos gave you guys the ring finger from second base last night. What'd you think when you saw that?
Just making sure he didn't flip us off in the moment. But, heck, that's what we want to play for. And, we got to take it step by step, but that's the ultimate goal is to get there and try to win it all. But, like I said, tonight's going to be a great test.
Kyle, thanks. Carl, back to you.
Hi, Buster, thanks. Yeah, he wasn't the only one. Nick was asked after, what was that? Did you flip them off? And he said, no, why would I do that? I love those guys. Aaron Nola's going to deal with Luis Ariz, the back-to-back batting champ, American and now National League. Soler, Bell, who had a big night last night, Jazz Chisholm Jr., then Jake Berger. It was Bell and Berger that were acquired by Kim Ng, and it really turned the offense around. And Jacob Stallings is going to be catching tonight. Game plan for Aaron Nola is going to be what?
Well, he's well rested. We've talked about his alignment, a little mechanical adjustment. He's landing in more of a direct line to home plate. That's got his breaking ball back on top. His two-seamer's zooming now. So we look for him to be well rested and ready to go.
30-year-old Aaron Nola pitching for a lot. He's a free agent at the end of this year. He tipped his cap when he came off the field during his last regular season start. So he pitches with a lot of emotion. There's a lot of energy, and his last two starts were terrific, where he struck out 16. Ariz steps in. We're set to start game two with the Phillies up 1-0.
Oh, it's off.
Ball one from Nola. 8 days since his last start. 0-1 with a .547 in his last 5 games. There's a good breaking ball in there for a strike. Nola has been inconsistent all year, and he has said late in the season, problem has been he goes to the mound having 3, 4, maybe 5 pitches, but most of the time only 2 have been working. And Ariz slaps one to left field, and Pache has to go back to make the play. Game starts just like it did last night, with Pache making a catch off Ariz.
One thing the Phillies do well is catch the ball in the outfield. They run it down, led by Josh Rojas in center field, but Pache, an original center fielder, playing the corners. Legitimately, you have 2 center fielders out there that can cover some serious ground.
Same lineup as last night defensively for the Philadelphia Phillies. And here comes Jorge Soler. Pitch too far inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Soler having a massive season, 36 home runs. You see the OPS plus at 128. Had an oblique strain late in September, went on the IL. Watches that one go in there for a strike.
Jorge Soler has to be the silencer here. The crowd on their feet needs to be able to barrel something and quiet them down early.
Foul ball. We've seen a knuckle curve. We've seen that 2-seamer from Nola so far. Soler has had some magical postseasons, and most recently, of course, when he was with the Braves and was their MVP. 21% of the team's home runs come from this guy. You're starting to see that 95 too. Is that a product of the rest?
I believe so, especially with veteran pitchers. I thought it was a great idea for Rob Thompson and the organization to sort of plan it out over the last month. Recovery time for veteran pitchers is so important.
off the plate, 2-2. You're right. That game plan for October started in early August. Trying to allow the starters 6 days. Went to a 6-man rotation. And then the schedule allowed them to continue that. Got him there. Nola with a terrific off-speed knuckle curve.
Just great finish to that curveball. And we saw Wheeler last night with his best stuff of the year. So far, so good for Nola, who is working actually this year 5 straight 200 strikeout seasons, discounting 2020. Second only to Steve Carlton in franchise history.
Well, they're booing Bell, which means he must have had a good night last night, and he did. Went 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles. Ooh, that pitch looked low, but he gets the strike call. Doug Eddings is a pitcher-friendly umpire.
Oh, that's down.
Maybe now we know the line.
Yes. Well, we saw some low ones last night.
Yeah, we sure did. But as Skip Schumacher said when he watched the game again, both teams.
Yes, both ways.
1-1 to Bell. Swings right past that. 87-mile-an-hour changeup. So would you say that 3 pitches are working early?
Great sign early on for Nola. If you get reduced to a 2-pitch mix, then he gets into search mode. If he's got that changeup, especially for lefties, that's an equalizer.
Very typical of the at-bats that Josh was taking yesterday, right? Working the count deep. Gets a 2-2, sometimes 3-2, and then finds barrel.
Stays alive. Fouls that one off. I mentioned the Phillies' record in the elimination games. 2 of their losses in elimination games came back in 2011. Skip Schumacher's Cardinals. So he knows what this environment is like, and you see Nola and how things improve dramatically with a slight tweak to his delivery. Got Bell. What a start from Nola. He gets Soler and Josh Bell. The Phillies to the plate for the first time. Now, one of the game plans that teams will try to employ against the Phillies, when available, throw a left-hander against them. They're doing that tonight. But the Phillies, the lefties in the lineup, have hit 30 homers off left-handed pitchers, which is the most of any club. And they tend to be patient, too, as lefty on lefty with a lot of walks. 92 times against lefties first in baseball. So that means guys like Schwarber and Harper. Fred Turner had a good night last night. Pache and Rojas delivered at the bottom. Now here comes the biggest test of this kid's life. Braxton Garrett, who has been up to every challenge. He started the season in the pen, made 1 relief appearance, got sent down, then he came back when Cueto wasn't available, and he's been there ever since. 92 to start Schwarber.
From gas to paint.
Yep.
2 left-handed starters for the Marlins.
Down, same defensive alignment with the exception of Stallings behind the plate. Berger at third, Birdie at short, Arias at second, and Bell is at first with De La Cruz, Chisholm, and Sanchez left to right in the outfield.
Ball.
He missed badly there. 2 balls and a strike to Schwarber, who will be followed by Turner and Alec Bohm.
Ball, that's off.
126 walks this season, a career high for Schwarber. Hitters count. Gets the call. And now Schwarber calls timeout.
Impressive. Right on the edge. Does not give in to a home run hitter early in this game.
Kyle's nemesis has been mostly the slider, both against righties and lefties. The fastball Righty or lefty, it does not matter to him.
Got him. What a job there by Braxton Garrett. Falling behind 3-1, striking out Schwarber.
Should I finish that sentence? Unless it's elevated like that, right? 92 miles per hour, take out this view. Want every corner on him. 3-1 outside corner, and this time changes eye level and just elevates.
Strike one to Turner. Turner stole 2 more bases last night.
Ball that's in.
One miss just in. So you go back to last year, as Sarah Langs points out to everybody on her X account, 38 straight stolen bases without getting caught.
Going to see a little different repertoire against right-handed batters from Garrett. More of a kitchen sink approach. He's got a cut fastball that Mel Stoudemire Jr. taught him that he uses to get inside to righties. Got more of a changeup. Predominantly sinker slider to lefties.
Turner has 2 home runs against Garrett. And in fact, there's a handful of Phillies that have had some good success against him. Turner with the 2 homers. Bohm's really had success, 5 for 9 with a homer. Real Muto's taking him deep. Braxton Garrett was a terrific high school pitcher and really had mastered the curveball. The curveball's been used a lot less now that he's in professional baseball. Changed his arm slot a few years ago, and he really took off from there. Turner tried to check, but he fouled it off.
And you showed those numbers there. I guarantee you everyone in that lineup knows the success that they've had against Garrett. Not only do they know, the most likely video has been replaying in that clubhouse of their success.
2-2. Got him there. What a start. We saw the fastball, and now we see a wicked slider.
Good vertical action on that slider. It really goes down. About 4.6 inches more than average compared to other major league sliders of similar velocity. So that's above average.
And one of the stars of the regular season, here's Alec Bohm. Swings at the first one, pops it up. Birdie goes back, and he is under it to make the play. And for any anxiety or nerves, that 3-1 count to Schwarber came back, struck him out. And after that, locked and loaded, gets Turner and Bohm. Well, he was just a babyface kid out of LSU, Aaron Nola, when he joined the Phillies. He's known no other organization. And he has been reliable. He's been consistent. He's put up innings. He's put up strikeouts. And now he's trying to put up a win here in the wild card in what may be his final season. There's uncertainty about whether the Phillies want to bring him back, whether he wants to come back. But he has been great. You see the opponent's batting average, all-time Philly ranks. He's first, 231. There have been some great pitchers in Philadelphia.
Yes, there has. It's a storied franchise. It's been around for a long time. He's top 10 in most categories, top 5 in a lot.
Inside the Beltway, most Phillies fans know that Nola tends to, and of course the Louisiana background, loves to pitch when it's warmer. It's 73 degrees here. It's a beautiful night. Jazz Chisholm swings at the first one. Soler struck out. Eddie also identified this guy, Chisholm, who's just got all sorts of skills, as the other one that's got to get going. 0 for 4, 2 Ks in game 1. A slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. It is picked up, and Harper steps on the bag to beat Chisholm.
I must admit, the more I have seen Bryce Harper play first base, it seems like he's been there for a long time. Playing there, getting ready for that shot, comes in, reads the bounce, communicates with Nolan. Sometimes those are the tough ones, the in-betweeners. Pass or not, worked hard at it.
And I was talking about it with Bryce today, and he talked about how much he loved it. And let's face it, guys, I mean, grew up as an amateur as a catcher, so he loves the action in the infield.
Next up for the Marlins, Jake Berger, the third baseman. Had a lot of break on it from Aaron Nola. The knuckle curve's been effective to get ahead of Berger, who had 9 homers with the Marlins, 25 with the White Sox, 34 on the season. And a terrific acquisition by Kim Ng. Ground to third, to Hopper for Bohm. He gets him by half a step.
You know you have to be ready playing third base with Nola on the mound because of those two-seamers into righties all night long. Curveballs and two-seamers. This is a two-seamer in. You can see he just beats it in the ground.
It's also knowing your runner as well, taking your time, understanding it's not a speedster getting down that line.
Left fielder Brian De La Cruz.
Ball, that's all.
K-Zone loved that. That's ball 1. De La Cruz and Sanchez, the left fielder and right fielder, have been revelations and made Skip Schumacher's life a lot easier this year. They have been terrific. He's got a little bit too much of that. They'll work on it. 142 strikeouts this season.
He's got one thing in mind when he turns it loose, Eduardo. He's trying to leave. A big swing.
19 homers on the season, Coney. He's got a homer against Nola, 4 for 13 in his career against him.
Ball.
Stays away there. 2 balls and a strike.
Ball, that's all.
3 balls and a strike.
It's a really good take. You're thinking right there, 2-1. Fastball ready to hunt. Recognized the spin and laid off it.
Challenged him, and he hits this one high and deep to left field. Pache is back there. He's on the track. He is there to make the play. He swings for the fences and nearly got there. The changeup got him. 6 up, 6 down for Nola to start. Into the batter's box for the first time tonight. When he shows up, he shows up in style. Practice. Allen Iverson t-shirt, and then tonight. So yesterday Iverson, tonight black on black overalls. You know, throw in a Trey Turner t-shirt for warm-ups on the field. Garrett behind 1-zip as he misses with the first. Big swing from Harper on a fastball up at 93.
Sneaky quick, right? From Garrett.
Ball, that's all.
I'll tell you what, so far 2 totally different pitchers. Nola's pitched down in the zone effectively, and it's been Garrett that's been pitching up, especially with the fastball effectively. So far to the three hitters he's faced. Well, this was last night. You talk about aggressive base running from the Phillies. How about this from Bryce Harper? He gets its hold sign, but you're your own coach when the ball's in front of you. Down the line in left field, Bryce Harper knew exactly the arms that were on the relay. He knew where he was at the time. Took off the helmet, and it's go time.
Garrett high on a 2-2, now full 3-2.
Got criticized a lot about running through the stop sign, but in that circumstance, you are the best coach. You are the best judge of that play.
What was it Rob Thompson told us, that when Bryce knocks his helmet off, it's like he turns invisible?
He thinks he turns invisible.
Yes, that's it. It's the old Little League move. Used to do that in Little League. Kick that helmet off.
7 pitch coming. Harper gone. What a job. 3rd strikeout for Garrett. Similar to the Schwarber at bat, he now punches out Harper to start the 2nd.
four-seam paint. See right there, the grip and the spin and in the glove. Right on the edge. And if you're sitting slider or you're protecting slider, lefty on lefty, that pitch will get by you.
Garrett has had great success on the road. Here's Real Muto.
Ball, that's in.
That one misses in. 2.85 ERA, 15 road starts. Only Snell and Burns were better than that. Third best in baseball. There are the numbers just behind that 199, 277 numbers. Now working ahead of the Philly catcher. That's a fair ball. Sanchez going over. Real Muto is heading to second. And he will be there with a stand-up double.
They hit that ball hard, 102.7 miles per hour. Just allowed the ball to travel in the zone. Barrel stayed through the zone, didn't try to do too much.
So with one out, Real Muto moves into scoring position. And one of the better teams with runners in scoring position, the Phillies all year. Here's Nick Castellanos. And he sends this one sky high, playable in the outfield. Chisholm is there to make the play, and we'll send it back to Nicole for an update.
Well, over on ESPN2, the Brewers had a 2-0 lead until this happened. Diamondbacks on the board. Alec Thomas, 351 feet to right field. It is now 2-1. Brewers have the lead. We're on the top of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth now.
Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate that. Minnesota Twins, congratulations as they move on. And what an outstanding performance. Again, Carlos Correa in the middle of everything. They beat Toronto 2-0. Texas eliminates Tampa Bay 7-1. Now Stott. That's a good pitch. 0-1. From July 1 on, the Philadelphia Phillies hit .278 with runners in scoring position. They had an .839 OPS. Trying to do it with 2 down. Peeled the third, strike. Jordan Baker is a third base umpire tonight.
He was right.
Excellent speed at second base, especially for a catcher, and
Ball,
Stott watches one go outside. About Braxton Garrett, he had one major blow-up game against Atlanta. Otherwise, he would likely get some Cy Young consideration.
Hey!
Perfect pitch, paint there, as Cody had said, and he has brought his brush tonight. His 4th strikeout through 2 innings, and he leaves Real Muto at second.
Once again, the difference between a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer, he's got both of them working. Little 2-seamer runs back to the outside corner. That works.
Rangers beat the Rays, and the Twins take care of the Blue Jays. Both those series end up in sweeps, and now it's the Orioles, and you can see Game 1 will be Saturday in Baltimore at 1 Eastern time. Meantime, our schedule tomorrow, if there are 2 games, we'll be on at 3, and then here in Philadelphia at 7. If there's only 1 game, it'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern time. A doubleheader possibility tomorrow at 3 and 7. Single game at 7.
Ball, that's all.
The Milwaukee score stays 2-1, bottom 5 over on ESPN2. 7, 8, 9. Sanchez, Birdie, Stallings due up for Miami. Nola misses there, so he falls behind 2-0 here to start the 3rd.
Some guys just show up in October, right?
Yeah.
Nasty Nate. Nathan Eovaldi shows up in postseason.
He was great. Correa.
Carlos Correa shows up in postseason.
So that being said, is there a truth to when people say, well, they're playing bored in the middle of June, July, they're just bored. They'll pick it up later on as the season goes.
And this one to left. And Pache is under it. And there's one down. I don't think there's an analytic for that, boredom or clutch gene, right? You keep hearing that, but you're suggesting that there are guys that seem to rise a little bit enough.
There's just, it's a heartbeat thing out there. You watch Nola out on the mound, his heartbeat's very much under control. He's been there, done that. Really impressed with Braxton Garrett so far in his first test of the big stage, controlling his heartbeat.
What Wheeler did last night was get ahead seemingly of everybody. Nola has not had that success so far tonight, but there's a first pitch strike to Birdie. So now 4 of 8 first pitch strikes. Birdie has decent numbers against the righty, 4 for 13. He's got a home run. Not a good night last night, 0 for 3, 3 Ks. Nola stays away. Nine years with the Philadelphia Phillies, Aaron Nola. And Birdie hits this one hard. Pache is going over, and he has it off his glove. Birdie to second. He will stand there. Pache had it, and it went off the glove. A double for Birdie with 1 out.
And if you ask him if he should have made that play, he'll say 100% I should have made that play. And the reason being was the jump he had in left field. Watch the couple steps he takes here. Has to change direction. That change of direction right there did not allow him to get to the ball in a quicker route. It's right off the end of the glove. He'll look back at that one and just think, what if I would have, the first 5 steps, had a better route?
Now the 9-hitter, Stallings. Down the corner for Nola. The batting champ Arise is on deck. A terrific contact hitter. Doesn't strike out very often.
Ball.
That one just missed location so badly, even though it was in K zone. Kind of removed Edding's responsibility from saying that's a strike because he missed so bad.
Exactly. Realmuto had to reach all the way over.
1-1 to Stallings. And this one is down the line, and it's going to get into the seats. There's Kevin Stallings, former basketball coach at a variety of schools. Jacob's dad. Those two, when Kevin was coaching at Vanderbilt, Jacob often spent time there. They'd play catch in the gym. He's found a home here in Miami. He's been really good. We're now trying to come through here to get the Marlins on the board in the 3rd. Good take.
Little old school choke up for 2 strikes.
Put the ball in play. Any which way.
Three balls, 2 strikes, and he missed by a lot with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Castellanos, I come in a couple steps and right, just trying to punch it.
3-2, they got him picked. A big mistake there by Birdie. Wow.
And let me tell you why it's a big mistake. When you have Luis Arise on deck, a singles machine, doesn't matter what Stallings does right here. You're already in scoring position. Now you get the crowd right back into this. Advantage Phillies.
Nola just baited him right into that.
3-2. And a high chopper. Bohm will get it before it hits, and he will throw him out. Well, did that inning turn? Arise had a chance to come up even with 2 outs, and that went off the board when Birdie got caught. Nola escapes. Bottom 3 coming up, 0-0.
Well, you watch a veteran pitcher and he sees Birdie dancing. Okay, leg up, leg right back down. Baits him into that play. Very good play by Nola to read it and then get it.
Start the bottom of the third, 8-9-1. Pache, Rojas, and then back to Schwarber at the top.
Guys, you had Luis Arraez on deck. How clutch has Luis Arraez been this year with runners in scoring position, 2 outs, 463.
Yeah, big blown opportunity right there. We'll get you an update on the Arizona game in just a second. You can see they've taken the lead in the upper right-hand part of our screen. 3-2. We'll show you, Nicole, with how they did that. Pache and Rojas each had an RBI last night.
Ball.
That one also missed location. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. He gets 3 balls on him. He doesn't feel like all of a sudden I'm panicking. He has been able to navigate through that. And it seems like each time, whether it was Schwarber, he did the same thing to Stott. Not there, though. He walks Christian Pache to lead it off. We'll go back to Nicole.
Well, I really wanted to show you the results of the sausage race, but since you said I would show you the lead change, here we go. 6th inning, how the ties have turned. Ketel Marte to right. The throw from Frelick. I mean, it was also Corbin Carroll he was chasing down, and he's a little fast. Diamondbacks with the lead. It is 3-2, top of the 6th.
All right, the sausage race maybe next time. Johan Rojas, the center fielder. And over 300 average this year. Squared the bunt. That misses down. Ball 1.
Okay, this is really cool, and this is because we had a conversation with Rob Thompson about this situation right here. The last game of the season, Rojas was asked to bunt not once, not twice, but 3 times during the game, and it's to prepare him for the postseason. Put it in the back of his mind and make sure he's game ready for these moments.
1 didn't offer there to bunt. And so much of what the Philadelphia Phillies did late in the year was to prepare for October. There was a resignation that they weren't going to catch the Braves, who have been a juggernaut since jump. But how do we best prepare ourselves for October? Missed inside. The pitching, things like Rojas. Getting bullpen more comfortable with their roles.
Defense is night and day, especially outfield defense.
This one is popped sky high. Bell comes over, so does Stallings to give it a look, but it's 3 rows deep. Yeah, which is why long term it feels like Harper's going to end up at first base. And certainly Bryson Stott moving over from shortstop to second has helped the defense up the middle immensely. He's a Gold Glove candidate at second base. Filthy pitch, and Rojas retired. 5 punch outs now for Braxton Garrett.
Well, it's his best finish pitch, is that slider. We talked about the depth that he gets on it. Perfectly located down and in. Rojas is a free swinger. He's not looking to walk.
Yep.
So you can expand the zone. Well executed there. Braxton Garrett.
Schwarber.
Oh, no.
Checks there. 47 home runs for Kyle Schwarber. 126 runs batted in.
Saw 3 sinkers, 2 fastballs, and a slider in his last at-bat for the strikeout. He's seen everything already from Garrett.
See the reaction of the hitter there, Schwarber, like he missed one. How frustrating is it, Eddie? And was that an indication Schwarber thought that was a pitch he should have made a lot better contact with?
Absolutely. Should have made a little bit better contact with. And he's been pitched up and away the first time.
Couple of different kinds of fastballs, sinkers and four-seamers, keeping them off balance.
This time everything's down.
Ripped, fair ball. It hugs the wall. Now Sanchez has to chase it. Flying around is Pache from first. Schwarber breaks on. His double makes it 1-0 Philadelphia.
Second time around the order. This is a curiosity. Can and will the Phillies make an adjustment, and will Garrett make an adjustment? First time around against Schwarber, everything was up. This time, this ball stays middle in. He keeps it fair. Right past Bell. And in that corner with the speed of Pache, no chance for Jesus Sanchez to be able to get that man crossing home plate.
That ball may have gone off of Bell's glove, and in a game of inches, had it hit the side wall instead of going all the way to the corner, Pache may not have been able to score.
It's a great point. It was hit over 111 miles an hour, so that's why they got by Bell so quickly.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr. out to just kind of calm things down, because the decibel level here at Citizens Bank has gone up dramatically.
I love the fact also that Rob Thompson took away the bunt sign from Rojas. Even though he struck out, Bell has to stay at first base to hold the runner. Bell's behind the runner with a runner at second base. He will be guarding the line. That ball's probably caught.
1-0 Philadelphia. Trey Turner with 1 down. Swings at the first one, and it was way inside. Changeup, and now 0-2 to Turner. Right back up the middle. That one goes off of Garrett into right field. Here comes Schwarber. It's 2-0 Philadelphia, and RBI for Turner. That ball was hit 96.1 mile an hour right back at Garrett. It was a 2-strike pitch. You can see he points to his backside. He's frustrated, understandably so, and then just out of the reach of Arise.
Boy, another look, and you can see he just knocks the glove off of him, and he takes it off the backside, off his hip. The ricochet finds the outfield grass.
And Arise was positioned perfectly too. It doesn't hit him. It's right at Luis. Now you have some serious speed at first.
On the Miami side, Schumacher's got to get the bullpen going right here.
And he has Dave Robertson up. Here's Alec Bohm.
Oh, no.
And there is Robertson. It was really terrific with the Mets, and since coming to Miami, hasn't been able to find it at all. It was a closer, and that didn't last very long. But he's getting loose. Think about the inning, and you can go back to the top when Birdie was at second base. Arias was on deck. He gets caught stealing, and then the ball off of Bell's glove, and then another one off the back of the pitcher.
Game of inches.
Two 2-0, 2-1, and they'll throw over to first base.
It's a different animal in the era of the pitch clock to try to get a bullpen warmed up quick enough.
Yes.
Especially in a tight elimination game.
Turner goes. Got a good jump. Bohm hits it hard to Birdie. He throws it, and Bell's able to hold the bag. Turner into scoring position. They will be aggressive.
Right now, Skip Schumacher has to be thinking about Dave Robertson in the bullpen to be ready for JT Realmuto if his at-bat comes up this inning. You focus on Harper right here. Do your job. There's no tomorrow for the Marlins if they don't win.
Turner's steal, or would-be steal, took the double play off because that was a rocket from Bohm.
Yeah, 103 plus miles an hour off of Bohm's bat.
Another 0-2 pitch.
We talked a lot about this young pitcher's first try in a big game in a big spot. It's also Schumacher's first try managing a game like this.
Oh, it's down.
This will be the 25th pitch of this inning.
Robertson's ready.
Sure is. 1-2 to Harper. 2-2 now.
Tell you what, I know there's a runner at second, but Jazz Chisholm Jr. in center field is playing a very shallow center field with Bryce Harper at the plate.
He shaded to left. Harper coming off one of the more magical postseasons ever last year. 3-2 now.
Five straight sliders. The first two he swung through. The next three he took.
And that ball is sky high. Bell coming over, will have room, backs up to make the play, and Harper is out. Started in the top when they picked off Birdie, and then they started to score their own runs. Pache comes in, Schwarber with an RBI, Turner with an RBI, They keep it going and get it.
More leather coming right up. Pound for pound. This is the best baseball you've ever seen. In the postseason, it's even better.
Back here at Philadelphia with Marlins manager Skip Schumacher. Saw a couple runs that inning. What are your plans with the bullpen moving forward?
Yeah, I think we're going to go to him right away. Brax was pretty good the first couple innings. Got to him kind of the second time around, and probably go to our bullpen here pretty soon.
Top of third inning, Birdie gets picked off. What was your read on that play?
Birdie led the league in stolen bases last year, and we trust him. He's on his own. Good inside move by Nola right there, and made us pay.
Skip, thanks.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you very much, Buster. So Luis Ariz, who was standing there with the bat in his hands, with one out, saw Birdie get picked. He came so close to getting a chance to not get a run, and now he leads off with his team down 2-0 in the fourth for Nola. Strike one.
Wow. Luis knows that's a ball. There's someone here that knows the strike zone really well. It's Luis Ariz. It's a really good bad ball hitter, but right there it should be 1-0 instead 0-1.
His bat-to-ball skills invoke a lot of thoughts, comparisons. Gwynn, Ichiro, Rod Carew is another guy. You want to go back in the time capsule. Learned a lot from Carew, of course.
Yep.
You can see there that ankle, man. He landed on that ankle awkwardly, and it has stung him a lot in game one. It seemed to do it again there. He tweaked it.
I don't think there's anyone taking him out of this game.
No.
Watch this right here. I mean, this guy is playing with all heart right now. Not a lot of bottom half. It's all about the hands for him.
1-2, rolls it over. He's running as hard as he can, but Nola's going to beat him there by about 5 feet.
When I asked him yesterday about the ankle, he says, I have all off season to get it healed. But right now it's about playing through pain.
He and DJ LeMahieu, the only two modern day batting titles in both leagues. That ball is hammered to left field, but it's going to stay in the yard. And Pache, he makes it clear he's under it to make the play. There are 2 down. Nicole.
Getting a little wild in Milwaukee. The Diamondbacks have put up another run on a wild pitch by Uribe. So that whole sequence of events is going to move. And then Lourdes Gurriel going to bring him in with an RBI single to left. It is 5-2, top of the 6th, and Milner is now out on the mound for the Brewers.
Thanks, Nicole, for the update. 5-2 there. The Yuli Gurriel at bat last night, one of the bigger at bats in this game. As Nola throws to Bell, it's ball 1. Alvarado and Gurriel late in that game last night, and Alvarado out of the bullpen got the job done. One ball, 1 strike. Tony Wheeler was incredibly efficient, and here you have Nola now, 44 pitches, 2 outs in the 4th.
Looking for a shutdown inning right here. Momentum clearly on the Philly side. Scored 2 in the bottom half. Looking for a goose egg here in the top of the 4th.
On the ground to second, and Stott eats that up, and Bell is out. Nola used only 8 pitches after his team gave him a 2-run lead to get through that. Bottom 4 coming up at Citizens Bank. The Phillies up by a couple.
Philadelphia with Phillies manager Rob Thompson. Big pickoff from Aaron Nola. What's the backstory behind that play?
Well, in the last, 2-3 weeks, we've been working on it. We've been working on bunt plays and a lot of defense, preparing for the playoffs. Bobby Dickerson and Caleb have both been heading that up, and they've been doing a good job.
First time through the lineup versus second time through the lineup for you against the Marlins pitcher.
Yeah, we got a lot better at bats the second time through. We got some runs the last inning with Pache with a big leadoff walk, Schwarber double. Trey hits a bullet up the middle. So we just got to keep it going. They got a new pitcher now. Robertson's in, so we'll have to worry about him.
Thanks. Back to you.
Now, Buster, yeah, that's true. Monday during their workout, they spent 45 to an hour on defending bunt plays, being aware of the pickoff moves against the Marlins that might run. And it paid off there as David Robertson, the veteran, steps in and fires one right there past JT Realmuto. Another one right down the middle. 95 miles an hour from Robertson.
I'll say this, Rob Thompson, speaking from experience, is one of the most buttoned-down managers in the game right now. All the fundamentals, all the preparation, really paying off here in this series.
You're all right.
We've seen base running, we've seen defense, we've seen pitchers that were rested by design, paying off dividends between Wheeler last night, Nola so far tonight. I had that guy in spring training for the Yankees several years in a row, and nobody ran a better spring training than him. He is on top of that, whatever that is.
You know, Dale, he's not pounding his chest. He's not letting you know that he has that information.
That's his secret sauce. He's as buttoned down as anybody in the game, but yet at the same time very level and even keeled at the same time.
Realmuto doubled his first time up. He swings at that against his former battery mate Robertson. He's 0 for 4 in his career against him.
Make a heck of a poker player, wouldn't he?
Yes, really would. See yourself leaving with nothing in the wallet. Good take there. The Phillies have doubled them. You know, we haven't seen the homer, but the double, 6 of them between last night and tonight. That ball is drilled, and forget it. A bat drop by Realmuto. 3-0 Philadelphia. A no doubt about it shot. Double and a homer tonight for JT.
And the Philly fans get to celebrate their first home run of the postseason, and it comes with JT Realmuto. But you have to go back to that double that he hit down the line in right field, allowing the ball to get deep, seeing the ball real well. All of a sudden now he feels comfortable. He knows he can cover outside, and he's quick enough to cover the inside part of the plate. You get this guy going. This is a dangerous team.
Castellanos actually has numbers against Robertson. 4 for 13 with 2 homers. Throws him a knuckle curve in there for a strike. Now there were a couple of guys that needed their names circled that they knew if we were going to go deep, they had to perform, and Realmuto was one of them. Bit of a spotty September offensively for him. But again, a couple of hits in 3 of his last 5 games and 2 tonight after a 1 for 4 game in game 1. Corner right there. Castellanos takes the bat, and he will go back to the dugout.
Take a look here at JT Realmuto. He sees the pitch, a little cutter. Sees it the entire way, and that's exactly what he was telling Christian Pache in the dugout. And as soon as he hit it, he knew it. Uses the index finger to point at his team. Puts another run on the board.
Came in at 94, left at 110.
Traveled 404, and this one is foul down the line off the bat of Stott. Saw that offensive number, 220 homers during the regular season, 3rd most in baseball behind Atlanta. You know, they're a million, and then the Dodgers. 6 different players had at least 20 homers, including JT, who had 20.
Ball, that's down.
Just missed down. Robertson wanted it. Three 3-0 Philadelphia. They win. They move on to face the Braves. We talked with Skip Schumacher about Tanner Scott, who is just a weapon out of their bullpen. And it wasn't a question of if, it was when he was going to get him in, because he didn't want to lose the series without having arguably his best bullpen arm never get in the game. The question is, at 3-0, like, when is that time?
As soon as Schwarber comes up. If you're down 3-0, and Schwarber is up, if it's the bottom of the 5th inning, you bring him in. And not let this game get further away from you.
And again, the Marlins' story this year have been come from behind wins, trailing by 3 runs as late as the 6th inning, and then they win 1-run games. Big swing from Christian Pache. Robertson, after that shot from Leo Mutos, looked like a different pitcher, striking out Castellanos and Stott. Here 0-2 now to Pache. Three in a row, but there was some loud noise off the bat of JT Real Muto.
Well, he used to catch him here in Philly. And now he sees cutters and he hits them deep. And that's the face of a pitcher that just got 3-0 Phils.
Want to talk postseason ball with a friend? Just tell Siri, FaceTime Parker.
Postseason continues. We are going to get down to the division series. They all start Saturday. Fox FS1, the American League. Orioles hosting the Rangers. Twins go to Houston. TBS, the National League. Braves and the Dodgers waiting the wild card winners. Here's Nola in a game that has some similarities to last night. The Phillies led 3-0 after 4. Wheeler was being really effective. Nola is being very effective. And instead of taking the crowd out of it, the crowd stays very engaged. Ball to Chisholm. The division series, all 4 start on Saturday, and then the American League plays Sunday. The National League is off. I know this, for Philadelphia Phillies fans, many of them are looking ahead. Not wise to do against the Marlins given their ability to come back, but those off days in the division series allows them to have a rested Zach Wheeler in perhaps 2 of the 5 if it goes 5 games. One and 2 to Chisholm on the way from Nola. Punches him out, caught looking.
Wow. Yeah, he has a right to shake his head. I mean, you're a Marlin or a Philly fan. You're looking at this one, and obviously different emotions, but he missed that one big time.
You give Jazz Chisholm a lot of credit because that ball wasn't close as Berger swings at the first one. And one of the things that Schumacher said he and his staff worked on, or at least spoke to the hitters about, was not letting one pitch. Now when it's strike 3, it's a little different, but not letting one pitch ruined the at-bat. That pitch ruined the at-bat.
Yeah, and he just grabbed an iPad right now. He's going to look at it. And once he sees where that pitch is, the facial expression is going to be even worse.
I used to get that pitch all the time in 1992.
That's right. This is 2023. Berger up the middle. That's a single.
Here you go. Timeout.
We love this house. It really has it all.
Yeah, but our neighbor is a little opinionated.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our home and car insurance.
Strike three! You're out of here.
Dude, this is a great shirt.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
De La Cruz next up. Marlins, Cody Eduardo, feels like they gotta get something going. You know, prior to that, Nola, because Birdie was picked, had faced the minimum. Now Berger on.
Well, this is sort of the theory of, you know what? It's hard to string together hits against a pitcher like Nola. You need a big swing. A lot of talk about the theory of offenses in postseason play, what plays or not. You need more contact. You need less strikeouts. You know what you need? You need homers.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this, first time he ever run at first base and first time he's in this situation. Did pick off Birdie at second.
2-1. See the pace of Aaron Nola slow down a little bit. And just to back up your point, as you see Chisholm looking at the iPad, a little history lesson from 2022. Teams that out-homered the opponents in the postseason went 22-6.
Yes.
Ball, that's all.
That's a good take. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to Brian De La Cruz. 19 homers, 70-plus RBI on the season. One swing can get him right back into the game. Boy, 92, and that one came right over the heart of the plate.
Ball 4.
Tying run comes to the plate after the walk to De La Cruz.
It's a great take right there. They're going all out. You get a curveball 3-2. That's not even the tying run. Now the tying run comes to the plate, but you're going after the chase instead of the strike. De La Cruz has had some really good takes in this game.
Cody, you talked about the home run ball being such a weapon, and they've certainly added the home run threat with Bell and Berger, but the philosophy of the team is kind of rooted in moving runners, contact, patience at the plate, aggressive on the base pass. They don't hit the ball over the wall nearly as often as the teams that are at the top of the ladder when it comes to homers. They don't do that, which in a format like this makes it a little more difficult.
It does, especially against a pitch maker on the mound, a guy who is hard to bunch together hits against. And when you're down 3-0, makes it even more important that one big swing right here can make a big difference.
Their best chance so far tonight against Nola here in the 5th, trailing 3-zip, 2 men on for Jesus Sanchez. Nola gets the call. Sanchez is very vocal about that one.
He should be. And this is a good timeout for him. A lot of hitters wait for the second strike. He needs to regroup right here because this kid put on a show today in batting practice, both to left field and to right field. He's got the power, but he has to settle down. I like the time right there.
This is the composure conversation, because that was another ball that was not a strike that was called a strike by Eddings.
See what it does? It not only gets your focus out, it starts making you chase pitches out of the zone and not trusting the man in black behind you. Plus you have to compete with the pitcher on the mound. That's double trouble.
0-2. And a double play ball. Turner takes it himself, and that will end the inning and the threat. Nola gets the ground ball he needs and is having one of his best outings of the season. 3-0 Philadelphia, bottom 5 coming up. Postseason gets the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. With Eduardo Perez, David Cohen, Buster Olney, I'm Carl Ravitch. Robertson on again, stays in, deals with Rojas, who slaps one to third. Good play by Berger to his left. And quickly, there's one down. You understood the frustration from Sanchez there in that last at bat with that first pitch that was egregiously called a strike, and then he did take that breath, but the double play ended the inning. You guys have made the point, when you have a guy who is as good as somebody like Nola, then gets the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not saying it's just exclusive to Nola tonight, but if he's getting that call, flashing back to Levon Hernandez, that type of strike.
Wow, Eric Gregg, late Eric Gregg, yeah.
I don't think we're there yet, but nonetheless, it does kind of cry out for sort of a hybrid challenge system moving forward into the future. When we're going to see that, maybe not full robo-umps, but maybe a hybrid.
Ball. Well, the calls to Chisholm and certainly to that one to Sanchez were not strikes.
There's certain points in the game where a hitter could have the opportunity to challenge a call, especially on a called third strike.
1 ball, 1 strike to Schwarber now. Struck out, doubled, and an RBI in the third inning, in which they scored a couple. Kayson said, no, that would have been a ball too. Didn't get any of it. You know, but as a hitter, what are the adjustments you have to make? You know the strike zone isn't the K zone. It's not the traditional strike zone tonight.
Well, the first thing you have to do is not take it personal, because that's what the hitters do at the beginning. They're like, okay, what does he have against me? Then what does he have against the team? And it's none of that. It's that he's been consistently missing them out of the zone. And with the stuff that Nola has so far tonight, he has been able to control the strike zone outside of the rectangle area, making it appear like a strike, fooling the hitter and also fooling Doug Eddings behind the plate.
Schwarber tried to check that. He went. That is a strike. And Robertson ready on a 2-2. Strikes out Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber's second punch out tonight. Robertson's got 4 strikeouts. You can customize your feed, get personalized stats and highlights. Enjoy free live streams with the MLB app. If you're home for postseason baseball, download the MLB app today. And here is Turner, single and an RBI his last time up. Swings at the first one and misses. 3 wild card games that Turner has been a part of in his career. He came in hitting .455. And 1 for 2 tonight. 6 for 13 in wild card games. Watch out. Turner down the line, but it's going to go foul.
Well, if you're a young hitter watching Turner in the box, Eduardo, and to your expertise on hitting, I mean, he's so relaxed with his hands. Tension's such a killer. Watch his hands and his fingers kind of moving on the bat. There's no tension there at all.
Shallow right field. Sanchez there to make the play to retire Turner. Robertson gets through that one, uses just 10 pitches. He's got a smile on his face. They need some runs equaled by Aaron Nola. Two guys that if they're going to have a chance to win the World Series, they need them both. And so far, the poll says we are right where we need to be. 3-0, top of the 6th. Nola continues to pitch. That one missed badly inside. Over on ESPN2, Arizona leading Milwaukee 5-2. There is a chance that there are no game 3s. There was one last year. There may be none this year. Swing and a miss. That two-seamer working. Birdie followed by Jacob Stallings, and then back to a rise at the top. Look out, that drilled him, and Nola lost control. Birdie will be on base again, and he is a threat to run.
Well, just a zoom ball, two-seamer that gets away right in the hip bone.
Leather protecting it with the belt. You know what? You need runs, you need base runners before you can get the runs.
Jose Alvarado here in the 6th inning, warming up in the Phillies bullpen. He was terrific last night. Birdie has reached base twice, and here's Stallings. Gets ahead, strike one. There is Jose Alvarado. During the regular season, the Marlins lost game 1 of 3-game series 31 times. They were 10 games below in the game 1s. But then they had a terrific record the rest of the way. They went 59 and 43 in games 2 and 3. Speaking to this series, they lose game 1. They can turn that around like they did during the regular season. They'd move on to a division series.
Timeout.
Nola used the double play to get out of the last inning. It was an unassisted play by Turner. Stallings is a double play candidate. Because of all the contact that they make, they do tend to heat into double plays.
Most of the major leagues this year.
Timeout.
As much as Nola has been cruising and as much as his pitch count is under control, with the lineup ready to turn over for the 3rd time, a lefty at the top. That's why Alvarado has plenty of time to get ready here. So once again, Rob Thompson all over it.
2-2, Birdie not going, and here is another double play ball. Turner flips, stop, double play.
He's made the pitch. Every time he's needed it, he's made the pitch, and he's counted on that defense to make the plays. Heck of an execution, even at 100.3 miles per hour off the bat.
He's got the Babbitt odds on his side, too, on that one.
And again, you know, the rule changes second base. You saw how calm Stott was at second base. Never any concern as this ball is lifted deep to right. Castellanos is there. One pitch to retire Arise. Nola gets through 6.
That was a 9-pitch inning for Nola. Go to the bottom half of the 6th. Phillies up.
The NHL season returns with an opening night triple-header. Hockey is back. How you feeling about your first game? Super excited. Pretty cool to face off against you.
It's an opening night triple-header on ESPN and ESPN+.
Predators Lightning get things rolling at 5:30 Eastern time as one sport kind of winds itself down. Another one starts to fire itself up. 3-0, bottom 6. Phillies win. They move on for a series against the Atlanta Braves. The Marlins keep Robertson on the mound here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's going to be Alec Bohm to lead things off, followed by Harper and Real Muto. Nola has needed a double play ball in the last 2 innings. He's gotten 2 of them. Already warming in that Miami pen. And again, you do have that Tanner Scott question kind of looming out there. Spinner way off to Bohm. After the home run to Real Muto, he struck 3 out. He has retired 6 in a row.
That is good knuckle curve, too. Throwing a lot of them.
1-2. Bohm rips that one. That's going to get to the wall. Bohm is going to hit first and head to second. And he will get there with another Philadelphia Philly double in this series.
This is more of a slider as opposed to that knuckle curve, and this one sits. When sliders don't slide, they take a seat. And Bohm has it from there.
With the recognition of Bohm right there. As soon as he saw it, just stayed strong with his bottom half. And really impressed with the way he continues to have that barrel through the zone.
Robertson is out. 7 doubles for the Philadelphia Phillies in 2 games. Nardi in, nobody out. The runner at second. Nardi in, and Harper coming to the plate. Set the world on fire with his 2022 postseason. But he had 6 homers, and 2/3 of those gave his team a lead. They got a lead now, 3-0. There is nobody out. Bohm is at second. First pitch from Nardi misses away.
See, that strikeout rate really jumps out off the page in those 57 in the 3rd innings. Also, left-handed batters, a 158 average against him this year.
8-1 record on the season for him, and you saw the number of games that he's appeared in. Lefties hit just a .158 against him. Righties 244. Fastball top of the zone, strike at 95.
It's always been Bryce's Achilles heel, up and away.
3 balls, 2 balls, I should say, 2-2. Now 3-1. And Harper has walked twice against Nardi. The discipline of Harper has continued to grow to more mature with each passing year.
Ball 4.
Late off that, he'll take the walk, just missed above the zone. And here comes Real Muto, who's having a night with a double and a no doubt about it homer to left.
Already wanted that pitch.
K-Zone says it shaved the top.
Nardi to Real Muto. He swings and drives this one down the line, but it's going to go foul. Our active play of the game, it's brought to you by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. This was money from JT Real Muto.
It's really good balance right there, and that's one thing that he's had the entire night is balance. To right field, the home run right there, even on the foul ball.
They throw behind Harper. Safe, close play. Josh Bell looks to his dugout and says, you may want to look at that.
Love the play, the back pick. You're in a jam, trying to steal an out.
And Schumacher's got word to take a look at it.
He's in there. Either way, it's a good time, though, to ask. You got 15 seconds to be able to ask for a replay. Gets that foot in right before the tag.
While we're in the review, over on ESPN2, the Diamondbacks-Brewers game, Milwaukee up with the bases loaded, trailing 5-2. Looked like that foot slammed the bag before Bell was able to get a glove on him. We take a look at the replay review. It's powered by Zoom. Lower right is really the point of emphasis for the officials there that are watching these reviews. The umpires will take as many looks as they can given the camera angles. You can hear the crowd here. They're making their call themselves, saying safe. Need to go to New York. They're showing it up here on the big screen, and now the umpires in the stadium say he's safe.
Might be a conflict of interest, though, Carl.
The Brewers, with the bases loaded, do not score, and it stays 5-2 in favor of Arizona. Those of you that flipped over there know that. Now you're back here, and we're still in the review.
Stands, the runner is safe. Miami has one challenge left.
45,738 umpires dressed in red here had their call confirmed. They were on it. So Real Muto and Harper and Bohm involved in the play right now. Nobody out. Sky high on the infield for an infield fly rule, which will retire Real Muto. Marlins outfield continues to play very shallow, both in center field and in right field in particular, with Sanchez and Chisholm. Castellanos on the ground at third. Berger has it go off of his arm and does not throw it. An error on Jake Berger to load the bases.
He got flat-footed. Got to a spot in a hurry, but he stayed flat-footed at third base instead of using his legs. Watch this. He gets a good jump on it. Sees it, and then right there just puts that head down. And this is where we see this all the time in Atlanta. And I'm going to use Ron Washington as a good chip here. This is where you have to attack the ball with that glove towards the baseball. You can't let it come to you. You have to be the aggressor. And because of it, the ball beats him and eats him up right on the heel.
That'll bring up Bryson Stott.
To not give the Phillies extra outs.
Well, you got the bases loaded. One out. Nardi's faced the minimum, and yet nobody warming up in the Marlins bullpen as this season is on the brink.
Bohm, Harper, Castellanos, the base runners. Infielders in at the corners, and Stott drives one to right. That's deep. That is gone. A grand slam for Stott. The brink just broke thanks to Bryson Stott's base-clearing granny.
The kid that last year struggled to hit the fastball. Went into the offseason, worked on the velo, worked on his approach. Sees the first 95-mile-per-hour pitch that Andrew Nardi throws to him and gifts the Philly fan base a 7-run lead.
Bryson Stott has talked about playing on this team and how there are no cliques and everyone plays for each other. And he has endeared himself to Philadelphia and to this clubhouse. Of course, he and Harper from Las Vegas knew each other, very different ages. But what an opportunity for Stott, and he delivered the biggest blow of his career, a grand slam to make it 7-0. Shea on the ground, and Birdie. High throw, Bell got him on the arm.
Watch where this fastball is right here. He's looking for it right down the middle, man. Try to throw a little bit middle away. Instead, it's middle in. And Bryson Stott had nightmares about what he witnessed in Houston last year. Fastball after fastball. He said, nah, eso no va a pasar de nuevo. That's not happening again.
Now, he had a Rhys Hoskins quasi slam of the bat, and that ball flew over the wall in right field. It was the second ever Phillies postseason grand slam. The flying Hawaiian Shane Victorino had the other. Mr. Wathan has to get out of the way of that shot.
Bases loaded, hunting the first pitch fastball. Pretty smart. And he got it.
And he knew it.
To your point, and it's a good one, Eduardo. I mean, this was a kid that got hammered by fastballs last year. He made the adjustment, watching everything, Buster.
How'd that feel? Great. Wow. Yeah, not a lot of thoughts really running the bases. It was kind of just a blackout, but it's pretty cool.
How about all the work you put in last offseason? You get to high fastballs, then you have that moment.
Yeah, I mean, glad to see it's paying off.
Bryson, thanks. Carl, back to you.
Out of breath, understandably so. He floated around the bases as he delivers the biggest homer of this postseason so far. Hoskins to Stott. Slam dunk. 7-0 heading to the 7th.
This loaded situation much different than the same situation in Milwaukee. Willie Adames hard to second, but that is an out, inning over, and the Brewers did not capitalize. It's still 5-2, bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that is an absolute execution here by Stott and the inability of Adames to get it done. Phillies 7, Marlins 0. 2 hits allowed by Aaron Nola tonight. He's been helped by his defense, getting that ground ball when he needed it. Turner, an unassisted double play, went 6-3, and then he flipped it to Stott to pick up another big one.
Ball, that's down.
Just think how important defense is right there.
Yeah.
Nick Castellanos roll over to third base. I think it should be 2 instead. Bases loaded. Bryson Stott makes him pay with one more pitch.
Well, again, that third inning where Birdie get caught going between second and third, and then the Phillies put a couple on to go up 2-0. And then the ability of the Phillies to turn the double plays, and to your point, Berger's inability to do it. The little things have turned out to be huge difference makers tonight in a must-win game for Miami.
And it's 7-0, and your best reliever is down in the bullpen, sitting there.
Tanner Scott never got a chance to enter the game with a meaningful situation. 1-2 to Soler on the way from Nola. That one is going to squib foul down the line. Well, you know, it's still the 7th inning and anything can happen, but certainly you start to look forward to a Phillies-Braves division series best of 5. How appealing is that? That one into left, that's going to get down in front of Pache, and Soler is aboard. One more look at Bryson Stott's grand slam.
I cannot help to just continue to look at the fans. Have they sat down tonight? I mean, now they finally have 7-0, but while they are hitting, while they are putting the pressure, they have been a huge part of the energy in this building.
Second baseman did 15 homers during the regular season. And I know Philly fans will tell you that 2 guys that have been the most valuable players, the most consistent players, are the second baseman and the third baseman. Bowman, Stott on a team with all the superstars. And there to Bell, 91, right at the knees. Harper, Turner, they will not throw it back to Nola. Smart play. It was going to be close. You don't want your pitcher fumbling to find the bag with his foot, risk some injury.
And this is a part of the game where it's changed, right? Where the pitcher has to run over to first, but the clock has already started. 12 seconds till he delivers a pitch.
The righty Jeff Hoffman, who pitched last night, now warming. Talked about Tanner Scott. You wondered if Ryan Kirkland would get a chance in a 7-0 game, get his playoff feet wet. September call-up. He watched his dad in tears watching his son play. It was an emotional moment and a great moment for the Kirkring family. He's on the roster.
Ball, that's all.
Well, as the sport moves forward, this is going to be a guy who is going to be at the forefront of it. Jazz Chisholm, with his abilities, with his personality, with his smile, with Miami getting better and better.
And his new position of center field.
He's very good out there.
They just need him to stay healthy all season long.
Yeah.
Full season of Jazz Chisholm Jr. Could be a 40-40 candidate.
That's too low. Eduardo, if you're building the Marlins from this point forward, you look at the Phillies, you look at the Braves. What are some of the things Kim Ng and the Marlins need to do?
They need to continue to focus on the development of the hitters at the minor league level. They have a lot of pitching, and that's what's going to keep them competitive.
2, and this one to center. And it's got some carry on it. Back at the wall, right at the wall. The catch is made by Rojas.
He made that look easy. Plays a deep center field, so he's really good in those corners in right center and left center field. Just glides to it. Knows where he's at. Watch that right hand just feeling for the wall. Perfectly played.
Gary Maddox quality to the way that Rojas roams around out there.
Gliding. Yeah, I've heard the comparison with Devon White, former Blue Jay. Great center fielder, just gliding. And always seems to get there at the right time.
I don't think we've talked enough about the night that guy has had on the mound tonight. Nola's given up no runs. He's a strike away from going 7 innings.
Not only that, this is the most pitches he's thrown in an inning. That's how dominant he has been able to be because of the double play ball.
Hasn't been a huge strikeout night, but this would be his 3rd straight terrific start. 1-2 Berger. Bohm. 2nd inning over. Aaron Nola goes through 7 shutout innings. Meantime, as we go to break, the tying run at the plate for Milwaukee, and Christian Yelich has just made this game a little bit closer. Well done tonight. He was flat out outstanding, and he got all the offensive support he needed early in this game when Rio Muto went yard. They had themselves a 3-0 lead, and then with the bases jammed, Bryson Stott jumped one over the wall in right. A grand slam to join Shane Victorino as the only Phillies to do that in the postseason. It's 7-0 Philadelphia. We'll quickly get an update on that Arizona-Milwaukee game from Nicole, then hear from Aaron Nola. Nicole.
We started this day with 4 games to play. We are now down to 1. Christian Yelich doubled. Then the tying run at the plate for the Brewers and William Contreras. But no. Game over. Series over. 5-2. Congrats, D-backs. You now get the Dodgers on Saturday.
Well, congratulations to Torey Lovullo. Schwarber up. Let's get it down to Buster.
Aaron, what do you feel like you did well tonight?
I feel like I filled the zone up. Defense was great behind me. Big double plays tonight, which helped out a lot, especially when the leadoff guy got on. But for the most part, got ahead of the guys. Felt like first pitch strike was there for the most part. But tried to make pitches as best as possible when I needed to.
Staff arranged a lot of rest for you guys in the last 6 weeks of the season. Tell me how different you feel this year compared to last year as the playoffs begin.
I feel good. Physically, I feel good. I know we brought a 6-man rotation in after the All-Star break, and I wanted to give us more rest, but feel good. I feel like our staff feels good going into the postseason, especially the wild card. And I mean, we still want to throw deep in the games to get these bullpen guys fresh, keep them fresh all postseason, and hopefully we can make a good run.
Aaron, thanks. Carl, back to you.
Buster, terrific. Congratulations to Aaron Nola. We appreciate Aaron Nola. Bryson Stott doing interviews with us during the game. We're taking a timeout. Nardi's night is over. There's 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. And the only series still going. This one right here.
Ground balls right and left. Combination of sinker, changeup, knuckle curve served him well. Couple of double plays. 1 real timely pickoff at second base, and you look at this, that tells the story. Changeup, knuckle curve, sinker led the way. And look at the location. All of them down or just off.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. 88 pitches, 57 strikes for him. Now, JT Chargois near with 1 out in the 7th. Trey Turner fouls that one off. Well, as you guys mentioned, it's a learning experience for all the young players. But to your point about Skip Schumacher being in this for the first time as well. Turner rips this one left center field. He's watching it. It's going back there, and it goes off the wall. Trey Turner. How about the Phillies' 8th double in 2 games?
Yeah, they slugged tonight. They've hit the home run, they've hit the double, and here's another double by Trey Turner. When he hits it, he's like, oh, just missed it. The big difference here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. plays a very shallow center field, and a flat-footed center field at that, and because of it, watch the jump and look where he's at. He's got a long ways to go right here. This ball just short hops the fence. A lot of outfielders are playing deep these days, and they're making sure that those plays are caught.
That one gets away, and Turner will take third base. Tell you what, Turner's had himself quite a 2 games. He's got 4 hits, and now his 45th postseason game all time.
Lousy double.
Just a lousy double. 10 extra base hits. The infield will come in. Bohm. The Phillies have been terrific with runners in scoring position. And Bohm beats that one. Birdie cuts it off, and that will prevent Turner from coming in.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Turner picks up his 11th career postseason double. Go back to that 19 World Series he played, and he hit only 161. So he looks forward to getting back to a World Series and perhaps exercising some of those demons.
I got to get one of those Baby Kruk shirts right there. Baby Kruk. Please, please get me one of those.
Oh, that is beautiful. The Krucker. If there were a game 3, I heard the Krucker was going to be back in town. Our longtime buddy. They intentionally walk Harper. So he goes down to first, and they decide to pitch to Real Muto, who's 2 for 3 with a double and a homer. Right on right, and Real Muto fouls that back. Muto lifts this one to left. It's not going to leave the yard. De La Cruz under it for the 3rd out. 8 doubles for the Phillies, 2 games. That is the most in a 2-game postseason span. They had 9 back in 08. Not a team Moyer pitched for.
Together.
Postseason rolls on. The division series just about set. We got 1 more to decide. It looks like the Phillies and Braves are going to meet up. American League Division Series, Fox and FS1. National League will be seen on TBS. And all 4 games will be seen on Saturday, October 7th, with the American League Division Series continuing on Sunday at the National League Series with the day off. What a story this is. Orion Kirkring. 3 games in the regular season, called up in September. So impressed were the Phillies, they said we're going to keep him on the roster here in the postseason. He's got a 98-mile-an-hour fastball and a wipeout breaking pitch. And this year he pitched in Clearwater, Jersey Coast, Double-A Reading, Triple-A Lehigh Valley. There's that pitch.
He started out in Clearwater.
He started out in Clearwater. He's got his first postseason out. Of course, the viral moment came when his dad, Todd, a retired Marine, who said after, "I have seen a lot of great things. I've seen a lot of ugly things. And this moment was the best thing, among the best things that he'd ever seen. His son making his major league debut and getting a couple of big strikeouts. What a moment. And Orion Kerkering gets this soft landing coming into a game that his team leads 7-0. And he is just throwing strikes. He is a strike throwing machine. Both he and Hoffman were not even on the radar coming out of training camp. That's what Thompson told us earlier. And look at that filth at 88 for a punch out in the postseason.
You know it's coming, right? But it's the deception that it has. Pretty nasty. Oh, by the way, in his back pocket, he does also have like between 95 and 97.
That's a 3,000 RPM buzzsaw is what that is.
There it is, 97. Thompson compared him, remember when Java Chamberlain burst onto the scene, that Kerkering could be that type of weapon for the Phillies. How can you not get excited about this? Birdie hits one to fairly deep center field, but Rojas makes it look easy. So did Orion Kerkering in his first postseason appearance. 9-pitch inning, 8 strikes. It's a big old party here in Philadelphia. The bank remains open late, 7-zip.
The telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Tonight's Game Track is brought to you by Volvo. Wheeler got into the 7th. Nola through the 7th. 3 hits, 1 earned run between them both, 11 strikeouts. And they're waiting to fill out that win in the lower right-hand column. And here is the look at Tanner Scott, the outstanding lefty. The lefty version of Kerkering. He's just done it for longer this season. I mean, his numbers are scary good. Castellanos out. A little different than the energy we saw from Castellanos last night after he got to second base. And he looked back at his dugout and he held up a finger.
This is something that came out. Honestly, like I didn't think about it. But, I mean, that's why we're here. That's what this game's about, right? This journey is to get that ring.
Get that ring. And now here comes the Grand Slam kid, Bryson Stott. He got a huge ovation when he stepped in. But virtually every metric by which Scott is measured, his fastball spin rate, like 99th percentile, his expected slugging, 99th percentile, strike rate, barrel rate, 98th percentile. Every one of those clicks in the high 90 percentiles. He and his wife just had a baby boy, Bo Alexander Scott, 26th of September. He's figured out how to pound the strike zone. Point of emphasis for really every team, but certainly the Marlins this year. And his first pitch strike rate's gone up to just shy of 70%.
You don't really need to aim for the corners when you're throwing 99, right? Just let it fly.
Nope, you don't. That's 9-9. Go ahead and see if you can hit it. Stott's had himself his moment already. And he's the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Eduardo, what are you most looking forward to in a Braves-Phillies series?
All the loud outs that are going to be hit there. You look at the ability that both teams have, impact leadoff guys. A lot of home runs combined between both. The ability to run the bases well, to field well. It's going to be a battle. And it's not only a battle on the field. The fans at Truist Park, just like the fans here at Citizens Bank Park, they show up.
The atmosphere in Atlanta is amazing, that whole area, but boy, that ballpark and this ballpark, a little decibel reader on both, and they'll be off the charts. Rise fires to first. Scott picks up his third out of the inning. Chance for the Phillies to end it with Stallings, Arias, and Soler. Coming up, can get 3 outs. Will be an unbelievable division series. There will be no game 3s if the Phillies hold on and win this one, and they have obviously a commanding lead. But if you're Rob Thompson and you've been preparing to go deep into October, the first 2 games that you have received check every single box. You know, you've accomplished what you've wanted to with your relievers. Your 2 starters delivered the games they needed to. As Xavier Edwards is a pinch hitter against Gregory Soto. Boy, Scott's stuff was as advertised, and you wondered maybe pull the trigger on him a little earlier in this game. Back up the middle, and that's going to be a hit. So Xavier Edwards starts off this 9th inning with a single.
Welcome to the postseason. Never forget that first at bat in the postseason. Xavier Edwards.
Phillies offense in this series, 11 runs on 18 hits and 10 extra base hits. Strike on the corner to Arias, who's looking forward to getting that ankle into a recovery mode and go for his 3rd consecutive batting title next season. Swings at that one at 88 and misses it. You can see just how painful every swing is on that ankle.
Carl, you talk about the potential of a Phillies-Braves series. That'll be like Ollie versus Frazier in baseball.
Yeah, it will.
Like with the 2 lineups, 2 heavyweights.
And a high chopper. Harper will take the out at first base. Max Fried threw in a simulated game today. They brought all the fans in to watch them play against each other. He went 5 innings. And apparently there was no issues at all. But certainly the Phillies are going into that series as healthy as they can be, while the Braves have some questions and concerns, and the blister on Fried's hand is a big one. Of course, ESPN Radio will have coverage of all the series as well for when you're at home, in your car, wherever you may have an opportunity to not be in front of a television and listen on the radio. Strike 3, 2 down. That was 100 from Soto.
There are home field advantages, and then there's Philadelphia. Different level of home field advantage here.
Bell flips around, bats from the right side. Soto's first pitch, strike 1. In a 7-0 game on a weeknight, not many people have left the ballpark either.
They come early, they stay late. So we don't have a game tomorrow?
If Gregory Soto can pick up this out, or any of, say, the next 6 guys to come up, no, you probably won't.
That's us. That's it for us. That's it.
Do it.
There you go.
Did he go? No, it's not over yet.
Over 40,000 people. All with a sigh.
Not like that.
He'll do it again. And a liner that's past Turner, and the shutout is over. And the Marlins get on the board here with 2 outs in the 9th. Bell delivers.
Tell you what, he showed up. He grinded at bats, not afraid of anything in, and just continued to battle. Great pickup for the Marlins down the stretch.
His 4th hit in this wild card series, and here's Chisholm now. Jazz is 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. From the minute the Astros recorded that last out and won the World Series, the Phillies were singularly focused on getting back to the World Series. Not having a good season, not necessarily making the postseason, getting back to the World Series. And step 1 of that process has been completed. The Phillies 7-1 win the wild card over the Marlins and now get to face the Braves.
The entire downtown is lit up in red. You can hear this stadium miles away. This team isn't built to just get in. This team is built to win. That's what Dave Dombrowski did from the get-go.
A $300 million investment in Trey Turner, at least through 2 games, certainly has paid off through the entire season. But again, that standing ovation that he received from this crowd, you talk about the ability of a fan base to influence a team. That was a seminal moment in this season. And Trey Turner's been a different player, and the Phillies have been a different team, and step 1 has been achieved.
This looks like a team on a mission. Battle tested, back for more, and Atlanta waits.
That's 100. It's going to be East in the National League against West in the National League.
Yeah, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Braves, Phillies. And Trey Turner in his first postseason in Philadelphia is loving every minute of what he's got surrounding him, including the Grand Slam guy, Bryson Stott. Because of the lefty, somebody like that who was so important last year, Marsh barely gets in. He'll play a big role against the Braves. And Atlanta with all their star power, and Ronald Acuna and Riley and everyone else ready. Now the Marlins get a chance to see what this feels like. And their mission will be to get back here next year in this wild card, if not avoiding one and getting into a division series by winning a very tough league, the NL East. You can certainly stay tuned to SportsCenter for post-game coverage of this one. Wrap up all 4 wild cards as they get swept. But that will do it for our crew. It has been a special year. Thanks to all of you that spent time with us on Sunday nights. And a special thanks, of course, to my partners here in the booth, Eduardo Perez, David Cohn, and Buster Olney, and everybody behind the scenes. That's it. There's no more tomorrow.
I don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home.
I want more.
We'll get plenty when we see you next season. Congratulations to all the winners, and here in Philadelphia, the Phillies. For everyone involved with ESPN's baseball coverage, I proudly say thank you for watching. I'm Carl Ravitch. It's time now for SportsCenter as the Phillies win the series.
Thanks so much, Robbie. Great